Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and we are walking our way through the Bible, reading our way through Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Acts, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Hope everyone had a wonderful day yesterday. I hope that you are forward, looking forward to today and all that it has in store for us. Let's take a quick look and check out our shout outs for this morning. Let's see what we've got. Is there anyone? Well, we got happy birthday shout outs. And the first one is Selena Wall. But Selena shares her page with her husband, who was a good friend of mine, Dan Wall, as we were growing up as kids out in Antioch. And so I am not certain if it's Selena's birthday or if it's Dan's. So I'm going with Selena to start out with, to start the morning with. So Selena, happy birthday. And speaking of Antioch, this is another friend of mine from Antioch, Phil Eakin, who Phil just about a year and a half ago, maybe a year and a half ago, Phil received a liver transplant that saved his life. And Phil has been a dear friend since we were kids. And he is just an awesome fella. Now, he lives back east these days. He's a very big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And Pittsburgh's #1 draft pick was from the high school that we attended. So, Phil Eakin, I know that you're a happy camper about that. And wishing you all the best. Love you, brother. Love you, man. Michelle Lynn is an insurance agent out here in San Jose and is one of the nicest people that you could ever want to meet. She is just an awesome person. So, Michelle, happy birthday to you. Now, Sarah Weinbrenner is the daughter of a very good friend of mine and been friends with their entire family. But Sarah, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best. I believe Sarah and her husband live out in Fresno, if I'm not mistaken. And then to one of my friends and a terrific realtor here in San Jose, and a fellow that I worked with fairly closely and have immense respect for, Marlo Ibon. So Marlo, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the best on your birthday. And to each one of you, Selena or Dan, Phil, Michelle, Sarah, Marlo, wishing you a very, very happy birthday. Enjoy it. And if it is your birthday out there, wishing you all a very happy birthday. Now, I want to go ahead and mention our friends here: Weldon, Curtis, Rex, Danny, Red, Shelly, Nancy, Rosalie, Jenny Van Pelt. And this is what I was actually doing for a couple minutes here. I was trying to find a little bit more information about my friend Mayan Nguyen. Now, Mayan has a story that is the story of many people that came over during the time that Vietnam was being overrun by the North Vietnamese. And Mayan and her husband Peter met while they were being moved from Vietnam to the U.S. And their story is amazing. Now, my friend Mayan, I just found out last night, has cancer. It is a very extreme case that was lung cancer that has moved throughout her body and into different areas of her body. So I would ask everyone to join me in prayer for Mayan. and just a wonderful, wonderful person. Her and her husband have raised two beautiful, smart children. And Mayan, I just want you to know that I'm thinking of you and praying for you, because we have talked, and I was unaware of this. I was unaware of her cancer. She's having a difficult time, so I'm in thought for her. And then I also want to mention another lady that we went to church with. Now, Jenny, Mayan, and I all went to the same church, East Valley Church. And then there was another lady that I served with during our morning classes, where we all broke out and went to different classes. Didn't mean to do that, but we helped serve everybody by prepping foods and getting everything ready for desserts, and then running the snack trays and stuff like that, having all the coffee ready and stuff like that. But there was a lady that just was a wonderful lady, and her name was Lauren Riley. And she had the most infectious laugh. Just a wonderful lady. And sadly, she had been getting ill and had a couple of strokes and passed away from it. But she lived a lot longer than they thought she would. And next weekend is her memorial service. So Lauren Riley, I love you. God bless you, and rest in peace. You are in the place that we have talked about for a long time. So Lauren Riley, God bless you. God bless you. And look forward to meeting some of your family next weekend. All right. We are going to be taking a look at, and I sure hope I've got everything ready. Let's see. See if we are moving into the first day of May. May 1, Saturday, May 1st, and it is 50 degrees here in San Jose, so we're happy for that. So we're going into Proverbs chapter 1 through 33. We're going to go into Acts 23, 1 through 35. And then as always, put on the whole armor of God. Let's take a quick look before we begin our reading. And Frank Nell, good evening to you. I am so glad that you are here. Kathy Sheritz Carbajal, good morning to you. Good morning. And good morning to all who are watching. Keith Landris, good morning to you. Tom Ginn, good morning and happy birthday to everyone. Every day is a birthday. Every day is a birthday. Frank Nell, thank you for sharing. And good morning to all. Good morning, Lona. And happy birthday. God bless. Prayers of healing, absolutely. Prayers of healing. And Gloria Brown, good morning to you. Good morning, Gloria. I'm so glad that you are here, and so glad that all of us are here together. Let's go ahead and get this going on. So we're going to Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1. Looks like we've been here before. Proverbs 1, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. My eyes don't seem to be working as well as they should be today, and I better get some water here real quick. To know wisdom, instruction, to discern the sayings of understanding, to receive instruction in wise behavior, righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the naive, to the youth knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. To understand a proverb and a figure, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. the enticement of sinners. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Indeed, they are a graceful wreath to your head and ornaments about your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them alive like Sheol, even whole as they go down to the pit. We will find all kinds of precious wealth. We will fill our houses with spoil. Throw in your lot with us. We shall all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Keep your feet from their path, for their feet run to evil and they hasten to shed blood. Indeed, it is useless to spread the baited net in the sight of a bird, but they lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who gains by violence. It takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom warns. Wisdom shouts in the street. She lifts her voice in the square. At the head of the noisy street, she cries out. At the entrance of the gates in the city, she utters her sayings. How long, O naive ones, will you love being simple-minded? And scoffers delight themselves in scoffing, and fools hate knowledge. Turn to my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you. Because I called you and refused, I stretched out my hand and no one paid attention. And you neglected all my counsel and did not want my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your dread comes. When your dread comes like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, they will call on me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would not accept my counsel. They spurned all my reproof. So they shall eat the fruit of their own way. So they shall eat the fruit of their own way and be satiated with their own devices. For the waywardness of the naive will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But he who listens to me shall live securely and will be at ease from the dread of evil. Right from the start, Proverbs is laying it out there. Seek wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Listen to your parents. And parents, give that counsel. Give that counsel to your children. Give that counsel to your grandchildren and all those that would listen. Because we have plenty of friends that need the listening to, that need to hear this. To receive instruction in wise behavior, righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to naive, to the youth knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. To understand a proverb and a figure, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. We got to make sure that we are on the right path, that we are taking those along with us, that we're in charge of. Our children, our grandchildren, our family. We want to make sure that whoever is willing to listen, we have to talk with them, and we have to make sure that we're doing it right. We are living the life that God wants us to lead. And we are seeking ourselves that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I'm going to turn to Acts 23. and go on with the story of Paul. Paul before the council. Paul before the counselor. Paul, looking intently at the council, said, "Brethren, I have lived my life with a perfectly good conscience before God up to this day." The high priest Ananias commanded those standing beside him to strike him on the mouth. Then Paul said to him, "God is going to strike you, you whitewashed wall. Do you sit to try me according to the law, and in violation of the law order me to be struck?" But the bystander said, "Do you revile God's high priest?" And Paul said, "I was not aware, brethren, that he was a high priest, for it is written, you shall not speak evil of a ruler of your people." But perceiving the one group were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, Paul began crying out in the council, "Brethren, I am a Pharisee, son of Pharisees. I am on trial for the hope and resurrection of the dead." And he said this, there occurred a dissension between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the assembly was divided. For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection, nor an angel, nor a spirit, but the Pharisees acknowledge them all. And there occurred a great uproar. Some of the scribes of the Pharisaic party stood up and began to argue heatedly, saying, "We find nothing wrong with this man. Suppose a spirit or an angel has spoken to him." And a great dissension was developing. The commander was afraid Paul would be torn to pieces by them, and ordered the troops to go down, take him away from them by force, and bring him to the barracks. But on that night, immediately following, the Lord stood at the side and said, "Take courage, for as you have solemnly witnessed to my cause at Jerusalem, so you must witness at Rome also." This is Jesus. "Take courage, for you have solemnly witnessed to my cause at Jerusalem, so you must witness at Rome also." The conspiracy to kill Paul. When it was the day, the Jews formed a conspiracy and bound themselves under an oath, saying that they would neither eat nor drink until they had killed Paul. There were more than 40 who formed this plot. They came to the chief priests and the elders and said, "We have bound ourselves under a solemn oath to taste nothing until we have killed Paul. Now therefore you and the council notify the commander to bring him down to you, as though you were going to determine his case by a more thorough investigation, and we for our part are ready to slay him before he comes near the palace." But the son of Paul's sister heard of their ambush, and he came and entered the barracks and told Paul. Paul called one of the centurions to him and said, "Lead this young man to the commander, for he has something to report to him." So he took him and led him to the commander and said, "Paul, the prisoner, called me to him and asked me to lead this young man to you, since he has something to tell you." The commander took him by the hand, stepping aside, began to inquire of him privately, "What is it that you have to report to me?" And he said, "The Jews have agreed to ask you to bring Paul down to the council, as though they were going to inquire somewhat more thoroughly about him. So do not listen to them, for more than 40 of them are lying in wait, who have bound themselves under a curse not to eat or drink until they slay him. And now they are ready and waiting for the promise from you." So the commander let the young man go, instructing him, "Tell no one that you have notified me of these things." Paul moved to Caesarea, and he called to him 2 of the centurions and said, "Get 200 soldiers ready by the 3rd hour of the night to proceed to Caesarea with 70 horsemen and 200 spearmen." They were also to provide mounts to put Paul and bring safely to Felix the governor. And he wrote a letter having this form: Claudius Lysias, to the most excellent governor Felix, greetings. When this man was arrested by the Jews and was about to be slain by them, I came up to them with the troops and rescued him, having learned that he was a Roman. And wanting to ascertain the charge for which they were accusing him, I brought him down to their council. And I found him to be accused over questions about their law, but under no accusation deserving death or imprisonment. When I was informed that there would be a plot against the man, I sent him to you at once, also instructing his accusers to bring charges against him before you. So the soldiers, in accordance with their orders, took Paul and brought him the night at Antipatris. But the next day, leaving the horsemen to go on with him, they returned to the barracks. When they had come to Caesarea and delivered the letter to the governor, they also presented Paul to him. When he had read it, he asked from what province he was, and when he learned that he was from Cilicia, he said, I will give you a hearing after your accusers arrive also, giving orders for him to be kept in Herod's praetorium. So here we are. Paul being falsely accused, and we find that there is a plot to murder him. But we also, more importantly, hear from Jesus that Paul will again go to Rome, where he assures Paul not to worry. You have spread my word. You have done as I've asked, and you must do it again in Rome. The commander, who is ready to flog him, gets word that there is a plot to kill him. So the commander, knowing full well now that Paul is Roman, knows that he has to protect him. So he sends him away. He sends him to a place where he will be protected, where no one can get to him. And Paul is safe, and he will again face his accusers. And we will wait to hear what will happen as we listen again tomorrow. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. If you'd like to share this out, I ask you to do that. Praying for all our friends that are ill, praying for those that have suffered a lot, and those that have passed away and moved to a better place. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Enjoy this day. God put it out there for us to have some fun, whether we are reading, whether we are working, whether we are spending our time with our grandchildren or our children. Go out and have a great day. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow as we continue our walk through the Bible, reading our way through Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Acts. And as always, put on the full armor of God. Let's take a quick look before we go again. Good morning, Gloria. Lona, amen. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Be still and know that I am God. Can't finish it any better than that. Everyone have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Enjoy. God bless.